Good evening and welcome to Estuary TV News. I'm Emma Lingard. Tonight we find out what James was doing.
I've not done that camera any favours. Oh.
And joining me in the studio is Angela Gregory from Hull and East Riding Institute for the Blind. But first it's over to James Dunn for the news.
Hello, in the headlines today, more growth in the Humber and a chance to look back at the lives of Grimsby men and women living during the First World War. But first, a man has been charged following the death of a 15-year-old Baysgarth school pupil, Cohen Allwood, in November last year. Damien Benson, 23, of High Street, Barton, has been charged with a number of offences, including death by dangerous driving and using a vehicle with a cut in the tyre and defective brakes. Cohen Allwood was killed and a 15-year-old girl seriously injured in the collision on Dam Road at 10:50 p.m. on November the 13th. News of the tragedy sent shockwaves through the school where his mother works and his brother is also a pupil. Yorkshire and the Humber is to get £15 million of investment from the government's Regional Growth Fund. It will go to 4 projects in the region and is expected to raise £120 million of private funding. Among those to benefit are Reckitt Benckiser and UK Steel Enterprise, which both do business in Hull. New legislation changing the way seafood companies label their products comes into force in December. The changes aim to make it clearer where and how the fish is caught and will impact many companies on the Humber, where 70% of the UK's seafood is processed. Yesterday, Sea Fish, the government's authority on fishing, invited seafood companies and representatives from DEFRA to a conference in Grimsby to find out more about the changes.
Businesses haven't got time to sit down and read this stuff. Regulation involves pages and pages usually, in a language that people don't often understand. So our job is to interpret and inform, and engage with government as well, because in the end they're the ones who are usually providing us with this via the Commission.
Well, we don't have no company carries the expertise in legal terms of all the requirements of legislation. So as all businesses will need, which is why it's well represented today, is that input from people that are able to support that dialogue, and Seafish are our voice of the industry.
The family of a man who died in an accident on the A164 in Hull have paid tribute to an all-round good bloke who never had a bad word to say about anyone. Gaul man David Campbell, 64, died on Monday after a road traffic accident on the A614 Booth Ferry Road. His wife of 43 years, Christine, said he will be missed immeasurably by all of those who knew him and was a devoted husband, father and grandfather. Plans for a £9.5 million Humber University Technology College are unveiled at a special consultation event in Scunthorpe today. You can look at plans, talk to representatives from the project and have your say between 10:30 a.m. and 7 p.m. at the Visual Arts Centre on Church Square. It would create 70 jobs and provide specialist training for young people to get into the growing engineering and renewables sectors. Immingham is to get a new £150,000 multi-use sports area which will open in August. The multi-use games area, or MUGA, will be at Oasis Academy Immingham, who will maintain the new facility, but it will be available to use for the whole town, not just for pupils. The local authority has used external funding, which came in as a result of the recent development of Kennedy Way Shopping Centre, to pay for the project. An exhibition on the Grimsby chums who fought in the First World War is to open at Freeman Street Market tomorrow. There will be photos of the famous local regiment, as well as a new movie made by a local production company. The film uses local actors playing real people in the regiment and their families, and telling real-life stories pieced together from letters, records and artefacts also on show. Naj Modak is one of the actors involved in the project.
The Grimsby Chums, I think, is very relevant. It's been 100 years since the First World War, and people don't realise, I didn't realise how many local people were actually involved. And there's people like you and me, the guy I played, George True, he was a post office worker, and he went to war, with his friends. And when I was actually acting in the film, I was working with a group of actors that became friends. And towards the end of it, I thought to myself, these are my friends. what would happen if I went to war with these friends and some of them didn't come back?
And that exhibition opens tomorrow, that's Saturday, and it also is open on the 15th, the 18th and the 19th of this month at Freeman Street Market. That's all we've got time for today, and I'll see you for the next bulletin. Goodbye.
After controversy over its original site, the high wire at Trinity Youth Centre in Cleethorpes was taken down. However, it's now been given a new lease of life at a local school. We sent not one but 2 reporters to test it out. Here's what happened.
Safety was priority as pupils from Oasis Academy Wintringham got set to tackle a 12.5-metre structure. It's the dawn of a new era for Grimsby's controversial high-wire facility. It was first installed in Cleethorpes in 2008, costing more than £90,000, but it was taken down in February 2012 and put into storage. The decision was made to relocate, and the Academy's former principal, Jane Bowman, cut the ribbon at an official ceremony.
Everybody that's gone on it so far has been challenged. You can tell that they come across them and they're up for a sort of a challenge, but then suddenly realise how high it is, and that's when they kick in and the sort of adrenaline starts going. But you can hear how much people are enjoying it by the laughs and fun and giggles that people are doing when they come off it.
It's not only for the pupils to use, though. It's hoped the local community will be able to enjoy it too, with fitness classes with a difference on offer. Even our reporter, James Dunn, gave it a go.
So Chris, what does this mean to the school?
Well, it's great to have a facility like this here. We use it in PE and sports lessons, but what's really good is it can be used by the local community, so it can be used weekends, evenings, out of school hours, hopefully all day, every day. And it's a fantastic bit of equipment, really. Good for developing physical strength, but also things like leadership, skills, communication, lots of different things that you can use it for.
Would you like to go on first?
Yes, please. Oh my God.
Right, I'll get you clipped in and then we'll take you through how to do it.
Okay.
Alright, so clipped in first of all.
This is James Dunn, Estuary TV News.
Is it quite scary?
Yeah, because you get to the top, you're climbing on the ladder and you're like, oh, it's just going to be good. But then when you look at the actual pole, it's very scary.
It's really scary when you're actually up there looking down. It's like...
It's thought the high wire is a way to have fun while getting fit, and it's safe to say that everyone involved had a great time.
I've not done that camera any favours. Oh.
Erica Barker, Estuary TV.
Well, I'm happy to say James did not break the school's GoPro. The Hull and East Riding Institute for the Blind is a charity which currently supports around 2,500 people with a range of visual impairments. It receives no government funding and relies on generous benefactors. Joining me in the studio is Angela Gregory, who's in charge of marketing and income generation. Right. Angela, big job. Charity's 150 years old, which is a phenomenal achievement in itself. How hard is it to keep it going financially?
The last few years, obviously, it's been very difficult, and over the 150-year history of the charity, obviously there have been ups and downs, and our services have changed to meet both the demands of our visually impaired users, but also the income that's coming in. And obviously in recent years with the recession, it's been very tough. A lot of charities experiencing a 20% drop in income, but we've managed through a lot of hard work and the backing of the local community to maintain our services and to a degree actually expand them, which we want to continue to do because obviously the demand for the services is there and continues to increase every year.
And I said the fact that the Institute has been there for such a length of time shows the demand for service then. I mean, what types of services do you offer?
Nowadays, the services are really about keeping the person as independent as possible, allowing them to live the lifestyles they want to live. We offer services that aim for practical support for the daily living skills, whether that be equipment or aids that may assist you, and information about other services, how you can get your TV licence, apply for benefits, etc. And then we offer more emotional and social support. So we offer day centres, sports clubs, activities like yoga, tandem bike riding, to sort of address the emotional impact of sight loss and provide social opportunities.
Okay, because I suppose that is it. If you lose your sight, that must be a huge blow.
In the UK, about 100 people every day start to lose their sight, and it's the sense that I think 90% of people fear losing the most. We all tend to take it for granted, but obviously it affects every single part of your life once you begin to lose your sight. So we're about early intervention and support as soon as somebody's diagnosed, right through to for as long as they need our help.
Okay.
And we work with people from young children all the way up to regular 100+ birthdays.
Right, okay. Now, 150 years, as part of this, you are launching your big anniversary appeal. Just tell us, what are you doing?
We have lots and lots of events planned, something for everybody, whether you're a lady who likes to lunch or you're an adventurous person who wants to throw themselves out of an aeroplane. We can offer you something to do this year. And also as part of that events calendar, which you can find on our website, we're also launching a special fundraising appeal. And that's aimed at getting 150 people or organisations or businesses to either raise or donate £150 this year to us. And the money from that appeal will go to helping even more people with sight loss in specific projects.
Okay, so that's something people can be involved in. Now, you've also got a ladies' luncheon coming up as well.
We have, and you're very much invited to that, Emma, if you'd like to come along. It's at Ticton Grange on the 29th of April. It's not too late to book for tickets. We have a wonderful guest speaker in Melanie Watson, a local horse trainer, who not only will be telling us some humorous stories about the horse world, but also trying to explain what we as humans can learn about communicating from horses, how they communicate and what we can learn from that. And that's important to everybody, whether it's with your family or with your work colleagues in business or socially, isn't it?
Okay, it is definitely that. Now, we're going to run out of time shortly, but basically, if people want more information, then go to your website and they can find it all in there, can't they?
That's right, that's www.herib, that's HERIB, .co.uk.
Okay, brilliant. Well, thank you so much for coming in. Here's to another 150 years, I'm sure, as well. Okay, and from that, it's now over to the sport.
Thanks, Emma. Now here's the sport news. In football, Hull City go into this Sunday's FA Cup semi-final against Sheffield United, confident that their place in next season's Premier League is secure. The Tigers are 9 points ahead of the relegation zone and can focus their efforts on reaching the FA Cup final for the first time in their history. Scunthorpe United will take on mid-table Bury this Saturday at Glanford Park, knowing that a win here could take them to the top of the league. It's a busy week for Grimsby Town as they battle back twice to snatch a 2-2 draw in stoppage time with Woking on Tuesday. Last night the Mariners lost 1-0 to Dartford in a very tough match, and tomorrow night they will meet Chester FC at Blunder Park. North Ferriby United travel to Altrincham on Saturday, aiming for a win that would maintain pressure on leaders AFC Telford. Tuesday's game at Stelbridge Celtic was postponed due to a waterlogged pitch. Grimsby Borough will travel to promotion-chasing Pontefract Collieries on Saturday, looking to get back to their winning ways after 2 successive defeats. With only 2 matches to play, the Wilderness boys can start planning for the next season as they are well clear of the relegation worries. In Cleethorpes Town travel to Clipston this Saturday, knowing that a win could take them one step closer to the Northern Counties East League title. The Owls have amassed 82 points and are guaranteed at least a place in the playoffs. And finally, in rugby, Cleethorpes First host Mansfield in the last match of the season, and Grimsby Firsts end their campaign at Nottingham Moderns this weekend. That was the sport news, and now back to you, Emma.
Well, that's it for this week. If you have any stories, email news@estuary.tv or contact us via Twitter or Facebook, or pick up the phone and call Grimsby 01472 315 561. Goodbye.